How's it going, guys? Sorry for the wait. I've been moving, so it's been a lot. But we got NASCAR Heat 4 gameplay, actual gameplay, for the first time. At I think it's Kansas and the Roval, and so this was on a Twitch stream. From 704 NASCAR Heat. There, I think you can see it right here. There, Twitch right here, 704 NASCAR Heat, with Zane, the community manager, and the first tire side gathering. I guess this is their weekly or bi-weekly thing that they do. And so we are going to watch this together and judge the gameplay a little bit. I'll shut up at moments and let you enjoy the sound, but this is it. I'll be adjusting the audio a little bit as well throughout, so put a little bit louder so you guys can hear the engine sounds. And the biggest thing that I noticed just from this gameplay is the game does look a lot different. I will admit that. It looks better. It looks like it belongs in the next gen now. That's what I'm getting from this. So on the bottom left we have the track map. And if I can actually move myself here. Oh, no, that's not what I want to move. Let's move my video capture. You can see there's Zane and them right there. I'm just putting myself over there for now because they're just talking. And the stream was messed up because I don't know, you can't really hear what they're saying at all. The game audio is too loud. So, yeah, this is at Kansas Motor Speedway. Draft meter. The draft looks interesting. The layout of the UI is just a little bit different. But the biggest thing, as you guys know, for me, that I wanted to see was physics. And the person playing this game, I think the end of this video had a speed rating of 101. And let me lower the audio just a little bit. He had a speed rating of 101. And I wish I could see, because I can see the rear end of the car moving around, but I know in NASCAR 3, it doesn't really take a lot to drive the car. I really want to see what the car is going to feel like. Now, if we skip ahead just a little bit, because there's not much going on here. There's no contact. He's not making contact with anyone. The biggest thing you can see is there are multiple lines. So we have everyone basically running all around the track. Now, I don't know whether if you actually run higher up, will it be faster? This is what I wanted to pop up right here, is the when you press A or whatever it is, you have tire temps now. So that's nice. So that means we could see like which part of the tire is actually the hottest or what's going on there. That gives me hope that maybe the tire model has changed a little bit, but again, not really sure. And everything else, it races very much like NASCAR 3. I mean, the package is different, but you still have to get out of the throttle. And it seems like when you do get out of the throttle, the car still slows down a lot. It just seems like the draft is a lot stronger. So you can see he's going up to 185, 186, 187. Technically, in real life, they should not be going up that high. You do not, and you can see the car gets a little bit loose right there. In real life, you don't. Once you hit like 175, 180, you don't gain that much time. Not that quickly. So I think what they might have to work on here is just making the package more realistic, because straight line speed should not be that great. Like the gain from 165 there to 180 there. And now we're going to 185. That's like the old package. That's like if you had 750 horsepower. So that's a little bit different here. He gets loose. A little bit of a smoke effect. Again, can't tell if that is just the loose setup or if that was interesting to me. But I wish they were going a little bit faster so I could see it. But you can see that contact was made. He didn't bounce to death, which was interesting. And then here's the cockpit view, which is, to me, still not very impressive. That just looks weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it just doesn't look right when you're in the cockpit. I never use it. Maybe you guys use it. But that's mostly it for that. And then coming up here, you can see Clint Boyer, I think it is, blowing up. And he's there. The smoke is a little bit better. So that looks nice. And then he just blows up and goes to pit road. No caution. But he just blew up and went to pit road. You can see they definitely picked like what to show in here, because this is a 67 lap race, so not everything is going on. But the field gets spread out. I mean, you can see Kyle Busch is the leader, and De Benedetto, the guy that's driving, is only a corner ahead of him. Almirola behind here. Seems like the AI, I think they're going to give a push right here, so that's interesting. You have down engine, temp, tires, fuel, and aero. Though all those lights are on there on the bottom. Only tires is up because his right front tire is at 18%. And it looks like the car is really a struggle now. It looks like it's loose. So that's interesting. And again, I just wish I could play the game so I could see what is going on. And that's interesting because Jimmy Johnson's not a rival there. So when you get that push, that's the AI legitimately trying to draft with you, and that's interesting. I wonder how much they're gonna want to do that, because at a track like Kansas, when it's like this point of the race, they kind of want to pass you. They don't want to push you. Now, when you're in a pack at the beginning of a restart and everyone's still very full throttle, yeah, you want to get pushed and stuff. But once you get to this point, you can see there, that was nice because Kyle Busch had a massive run and then had to check up, but he still hit the player, which was nice. And again, you can see the multiple racing grooves. Now, this is what I got a little bit confused about, is why that happened there. Because you see how Kyle Busch is continuing to follow the player. Kyle Busch should not be doing that. Kyle Busch he's on the lead lap. He should be trying to get right around the player. So a few AI tweaks there can help, because that would just you don't want the AI to always follow you and push you and stuff like that. That's not really what you want. Now for a little bit, I'll let you guys listen to the actual audio. So I'm gonna go for a little bit.
Still there. You got room. You're clear.
I'm not really incentivized to play anything more than like.
Hey, we finished. That's the start.
Alright, now this is the Roval gameplay. They have some from Levine Family Racing here playing. And this looks very different in a good way. So you can see you have the braking markers there. The track actually looks a lot better. The logos. The graphics have taken a massive step up. That's very clear. It looks like a game that actually belongs on, well, about to become last gen, but next gen, Xbox One, PS4, and PC. It looks good now, and that's good. The track has a lot of detail in it, and he's using a wheel as well. So I don't know. I don't use a wheel on NASCAR Heat. I only use a wheel on iRacing. But again, everything here looks a lot better. He's struggling just a little bit, but again, I can't really see what the physics are like. But just the track, I don't know how to explain it. The banking looks better. The actual width of the track looks better. That looks like Charlotte right now. It just looks good. That is the updated Charlotte. This is also the new configuration. So this is, you can see he completely blew it. But they made the chicane more like a Watkins Glen bus stop. So that way you have to slow down a lot. And so that's good. The details around the track, outside the track, everything just looks a lot better. And again, this is a Twitch stream. So the Twitch stream is only at 720p, but I can still tell that this stuff looks a ton better. The attention to detail here is very good. So I'm really happy with that. But other than that, that was pretty much it for the Twitch stream. Again, when we look back at here, you could see the multiple lines. It's just the racing looks pretty good here. I know the difficulty there's that little tap that I like. So you saw him hit the 96, and he didn't die. Like if you hit the 96 like that in NASCAR E3, you die. So it's very interesting to see how also the rival system is going to work, because if the AI want to actually push you because of the new package, then what are they going to do when they're mad at you? So that's very interesting to see. But again, the gameplay looks a lot better, and my only worry is with the multiple racing lines at tracks that shouldn't have multiple racing lines. That the AI don't do that. So that's my only worry. So let's say a track like Michigan. Michigan is a 2-lane track, mostly 1-lane track. But if they're going all the way up to the wall, I'm going to be like, wait a minute, hold on. That's not what's supposed to happen, because you can't do that at Michigan. So it's going to be really interesting. And that was everything for the gameplay. Now let's go over to some of the features. Okay, so this is from Game Informer, as you guys can see. The Sports Desk by Matthew Cato. I'll put the link and everything in the description. But this is everything that he saw from NASCAR Heat 4. And there's not, it looks like there's not a big difference, but there's stuff on career mode here, so let's just go through it. I like this kind of format of video, by the way. I feel like I'm on a live stream, but it's not a live stream, because it's, I don't know, it feels nice. Alright, so multiple racing lines. This we saw that it actually looks like it makes a massive difference. Multiple race lines, change from past iterations, open up different strategies and outcomes, and that's very interesting. I just want to see if let's say for strategies, for the cautions, do we actually see the yellow flag pit stops? That's something very interesting. There is a slider this year that allows you to adjust how compressed or spread out you want the field to be. I actually kind of like this, because I'm always someone that always says, give the player the option to play how they want to play. So we've never had a slider that does this, like, oh, I want the field to be really together, or I want the field to be spread out. You kind of just want the game to do as realistic a job as it can be, and do that. But now we can actually, I don't know how to explain it, but if you want like the old package, you can spread it out. But if you want a pack race, you could put it in, and that's just an option. So it's nice to have the option to do that. I'm going to always try to find the right realistic setting for every track, but this is going to be very interesting because it has the overall difficulty it changes the overall difficulty of the race, the availability of draft partners, and collision sliders as well. So since you can manually tweak the stability of both your car and the AI cars, as well as their ability to recover from contact, you're determining what happens when cars get together. So this is that physics thing I'm talking about. I don't know what this is gonna play like, but all I know is I'm gonna set whatever that slider is to where I don't die when I hit someone. But I still have to find that mix where if I do hit someone hard enough, like we're going. So it looks like they are doing a good job of giving the player options, and it's gonna take a lot of self-test, like trial and error, to see what kind you like at every track, like what kind of racing you like. So this is very interesting how they're doing this. We don't know how it's gonna work, but this is very interesting. The game's drafting has been redone in part because of the new aero package dictated by NASCAR in real life for some tracks. The result of is different kinds of drafting can play a bigger role in the racing, including the relationships on track. So we also have dirt track origins. You see Tony Stewart here, who's in his dirt car. So dirt racing plays a larger role in the game. At the beginning of your career, progression curve is a little slower, which is good, which I think I like that. And there are fewer interruptions in your dirt season because of fewer hot seat opportunities, so that is good. And AI racers get loose and turn into the corners more, so maybe the dirt racing is a little bit better. The better AI behavior means better racing. I do believe this, especially if we can see the sliders that we can move around. Big thing here. Monster Games has changed the AI lap time so they fall off more realistically. Thank God. There's actually tire wear involved with these guys. That is very, very important. So now, instead of my right front tire dying every time, maybe I can actually use longer races and have fun with it. So that's going to be very interesting. AI fuel and tire consumption can be tweaked by the sliders. So again, this is going to be a lot of trial and error. It seems like 704 and Monster are giving you a ton of options to play the game however you want to play it. I can make the slide, I guess it's ×4, ×3, ×2, but now it's turned into a slider, so I guess that's what that means really. The overall tire compounds have been redone for all the tracks, which we saw from the gameplay video. There's now temperatures in it, and that's going to be very interesting how that goes. Depending on the sliders, you can mean the AI pit more, they can pit at different times, come up various pit times. This might mean we can do longer races. Maybe longer races are better. And then AI crash avoidance is behavior as well as... Wait, hold on. The AI has better crash avoidance behavior as well as a controllable slider for the rate of their mechanical failures. So if you want everyone to die with blown engines, just put the slider all the way up and you can do that. If you want literally no mechanical failures, you can do that by putting it all the way down. I like that. I like this whole give me the option. Does it mean it's a little bit harder for us to find the right kind of playing? Yes, because you have to try a lot of different things to see like what kind of racing you want, but I have the option. That's always the biggest thing for me. This worries me a little bit. NASCAR Heat 4 should look and feel different. There are some aspects that remain the same. Custom car, like a paint booth, not in the game. Everything's the same, so sorry about that. I know this has to be very high on their list, so I don't know why this couldn't get in for this one, but hopefully it's a priority for the next one, because I think customization on every game is... See, so like they're giving you the options in the gameplay, but they're not giving you the options when you want to create your own car or share with friends or stuff like that. So, I mean, every game, every iteration is different, but we kind of got to get that going. So let's see. Speeding on pit road is a park penalty, not pass through. That's just a kind of minor detail. And then races can end under caution instead of going to overtime. So that's good, because that was a bug where if you got to the white flag lap, then if you caution could still come out. So that sucked. Career mode, this is very important for me. I think they're going to talk about it more, but this is the first time we've seen something like a little bit of detail in it. So adding incrementally to the series career structure in a few ways. So we got the contract payouts have been changed to create more incentive for those who want more of a challenge. In the shop, your racing team is affected by how you treat your chassis during the weekend. So this is something I did want, where I guess my mechanical tools or my chassis, my engine, I want it to wear. I want it to just have to be taken care of. I didn't want money just to be everything. So if your car returns to the shop without it, with like a ton of damage, or without damage, actually, if your car returns to the shop clean, you'll be awarded a clean race bonus, and that lets you get a chassis to a higher rating. So that's interesting. I don't know if that's money-wise or how that's going. There's also a shop upgrade that gives you faster and more efficient pit times. Again, don't know how that works. You cannot hire a second driver for your organization in the game. You can get help in the form of friends you make on the track. Friends and rivals is pretty similar. Friends you've made through good racing will actively draft in front and behind you. So that is that. And that is everything, it looks like. So that's my worry with career mode, is I don't see a lot of change, and that's a little bit worrying. I'm hoping they're hiding some details, because my biggest thing is I want the money to matter. So I don't want to just play career mode and then just have to gain all the money. I want there to be like a weekly like penalty. I don't know, but like just revenue and expenses. Upgrades and everything are nice, but I go to the racetrack every week. There should be expenses for my team to go to the racetrack every week. If I own a team, I should have to cover all those expenses, and then the revenue will cover it. And then sponsors and prize purse will determine how quickly I can grow. There still doesn't seem like there's expenses. You just go to the track and you keep gaining money, and then you just spend the money on the car. So that's my biggest thing with career mode right now, is I really just hope that they can get the money to matter, make it much more realistic in terms of make me feel like a small team. Like I have to really worry about my expenses. And also in owner mode, they should try to, when you actually want to own a team, you should be able to hire other drivers and and build your organization. That is something that needs to be built on. Maybe it doesn't look like it was a priority for this game. Maybe their bigger priority here was the graphics and the gameplay. Mainly the graphics, but we'll see what the gameplay is like and the AI. But hopefully career mode is improved on. And that is everything, I think, from NASCAR Heat 4 for now. So we saw the gameplay. We saw how the game kind of looks, and we got some information from Game Informer on how the game is going to be in different areas. So we'll see what else they have for us in store. If you guys like the video, make sure to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Hope you're having a great day. Comment down below with everything that you thought on here. Do you agree with some of my opinions, or do you have your own opinions as well on what you think should be done to the NASCAR Heat series? So I will see you guys later. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Peace out.
Even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change. Even if I tried, my love, she keeps me warm.